We need to talk about what's going on over there at Bethesda world. All right. Always something. There's always something. Somebody with probably no media training in mind has to open up their mouth and say something. And today, Emil Pagliarulo, okay, lead design, studio design director at Bethesda Game Studio. Okay, let's jump right into it. A short summary, though. Okay, short summary. He's a little ticked off. Right? A little ticked off that y'all just griping about this game. Y'all ain't loving this game, right? He poured his heart and soul into this, and he couldn't fathom why so many people don't like Starfield. So instead of just sucking it up, moving right along, he had a little bit of tea to drop. Okay, we're going to read the whole thing. Then we're going to jump right into the part that pisses everybody off. I don't know. I know it would definitely piss me off. So, and then I want to make this into a TikTok short, right? Funny how disconnected some players are from the realities of game development, and yet they speak with complete authority. I mean, I can guess what it takes to make a Hostess Twinkie. Oh, yo. But I don't work in the factory. So what the hell do I really know? Not a lot. Oh, yo. Oh, yo. Yeah, but he starts off pretty strong, all right? Here we go. Part of me really gets it. When you're a consumer and spend money on things, that gives you the right to complain about those things. I spend a lot of money on games every year, and sometimes it takes a lot for me not to scream into the internet's collective consciousness. Whoa. I don't complain about games on social for two main reasons. One, I know how hard it is to make games, and I have too much respect for my fellow devs. Two, I work for a game studio, and it would be uncool and unprofessional for me to do so. But sometimes I want to. Oh boy! Or should I do it in Mickey Mouse voice? Oh boy! Most people don't have those. Let me reread that. Most people don't have these constraints and are free to post whatever they want. The internet is a glorious, wild, wild west, and I wouldn't have it any other way. There was a time when I exercised that right very freely. But now I'm a game director. When I was writing game reviews for the Adrenaline Vault forever ago, I was absolutely that person who would say whatever I wanted about a game, good or bad. Sometimes the good was over enthusiastically too good, and sometimes the bad was me being a sarcastic asshat. But throughout that time, I actually had no inkling what game development was actually like, how hard the designers, programmers, artists, producers, and everyone else worked. The struggle to bring a vision to life is constantly shifting resources. The stress. Now, let's put a little bookmark here. I made a video a while back, all right? Go check out my video on YouTube's, right? Or TikTok, I don't know. I think I did it on TikTok, one little quote, but definitely it's on YouTube archive. Go look at it. It's called The Fall of Bethesda Studios. In his previous tweet or post, Emil actually admitted it is stressing too much balls, right? It is ball stressing to work at Bethesda with tight, budgets, right? Resources management up the wazoo, which is just kaput when people just leave. Like, oh, I don't know, lead Skyrim designer, he left midway making this game. So yeah, all right. You do too little with too little amounts of people on a too little time restraint, which according to everywhere, they've had a lot of time to fix their shit. But what happened? We'll get into that in a second. All right. So we read that. This isn't me complaining about my job. No way. Even though we got you on camera, buddy. The last one it was. Stressing. I stress so much. I put a lot of that's complaining if you ask me. I've experienced all these things and will again. It's the nature of a AAA game development. But I also have a great position. And I'm still gainfully employed after 21 plus years. So I know a thing or two. A blessing considering the thousands of layoffs this year, of course. I'm not trying to change anyone's minds because the internet. What? But given my position, I can't not share the truth. And that truth is nobody sets out to make a bad game. Okay? Let's put it for the record books. Nobody sets out to make a bad game. And most game devs are incredibly talented, even if the game they release isn't up to par. See, I never knew this before, but if nothing else, video game development is a series of concessions and tough decisions. Tough decisions. We're going to make some tough decisions. There's that perfect game you want to make. And then there's that game that you can make. Sometimes, if the gods smile on you, those two are very close. But in order to get there, okay, in order to get as close as possible to the vision, Todd Howard, I'm looking at you, okay, you're the gatekeeper here, screw that shit. The team has to push itself harder and harder, often while dealing with devs being shuffled around or leaving. Oh, reading between the lines there, folks. Some people decided to leave. That's right. Lead Skyrim designer said it, and I quote, "Maybe it's more entertaining and fun to write a book than finish Skyrim." Oh, sorry. Well, maybe. Then finish Starfield. That's what he said. Go watch my video. That's what he said. With looming deadlines and creative decisions you wish you didn't have to make. We already touched base on that. We touched base on what those looming decisions were. We'll get into that in a second. And team is absolutely the operative word here. Lots and lots of folks doing lots and lots of work. From writing, level building, making character models, coding game systems, trying to schedule it all so it can get done and folks don't burn out. And on and on. Okay, you get the cycle. The stress, right? That is Bethesda Game Studios. All right, 12 out of 15. So sure, you can dislike parts of the game. Parts, okay? Not the whole thing. He meant parts. You can hate on the game entirely. Okay, now he says. But don't fool yourself into thinking you know why it is the way it is, okay? Unless it's somehow documented and verified, okay? Everything's got to be verified on the internet, okay? We got to get some, what do they call? We got to get some fact checkers here, all right? Some professionals to verify what you got to see on the internet, okay? We got to fact check you, right? Or how it got to be that way, good or bad. 13 out of 15. Chances are, unless you've made a game yourself, you don't know. You don't know who made certain decisions, who did specific work, and how many people were actually available to do said work. You don't know that shit. Maybe it was just me. God damn it, dude. Just read it between the lines. Well, there was only 3 of us, and one of them left, and he was the designer for all the freaking previous Elder Scrolls games, and he called it quits. So I stress balls to do this by myself. Anytime challenge is faced, or how often you had to overcome technology yourself, this one's a huge one. We've been using the same dated engine forever, and it was a piece of shit to try to get it up to snuff. Case in point, Starfield, day one, didn't come up with the graphical settings that you wanted. Screw this shit, I'm out of here. So yes, love games, buy them, play them, and complain to your heart's content. It's sort of the nature of the developer/player transactional relationship. 15 out of 15, here we go. The best for last, and we're going to read the comments. 82 people, 82 comments, all right? But, I'm saving the best for last here, okay? Just know that the game you're playing is in some ways a freaking miracle in and of itself. That's him with emphasis, right? A freaking. Normal people have to come together to work for years. Emphasis on the capitalization. For fucking years for one goal. To bring you fun and happiness. So it helps to remember that. And then, nerd face. Wow. Holy shit, was that passive? The comedy writes itself, folks. Who needs horrible dialogue in Starfield when you got Emil, the original writer of the comedy of the show? Emil, write the new freaking DLC for Starfield. I want to read it. Emil for new writer. Emil is the new lead writer. Bethesda Game Studios. Please, 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 Todd Howard. Make Emil the dialogue writer. I really would love to hear what he really has to say. Let's just rewind a little bit. Okay, let's take it back a little bit, all right? Because there was a lot to take in, but to be honest, it's a whole lot of fluff. It's a whole lot of fluff, and what he's really saying is shut the F up and play the game, all right? Just shut up. I had to go through a lot. That's all he's saying. I had to go through a lot of shit. Just me and 3 other people. That's it. That's all I had. 3 employees. They laid us off. People left. And I was the one that stuck it through it to the end. Okay? Yeah, sure, we might have had 10, 12 years to, do shit. But you know what they did? They took us off the team. Oh, no one's saying that. No one's talking about that shit. No, that's under wraps. What games came out before this game? Fallout 76, right? And what happens after Fallout 76? Then they come out with expansions or DLCs or whatnot. And then, like, Game of the Year edition from some other game. And then Fallout, right? God damn it, there was always something. Always something that requires developers to be pulled out of their zone and put on other projects they never wanted to be on. Thus, Starfield sucking ass because it was never finished. That's right, folks. I said it. That game has never been finished. 12 years, my ass. 12 years, my ass. You know what's been? 12 years that it's been on the board, all the design ideas that got funneled through the bottleneck, which partially is Todd Howard. But not just that. I always said it, folks. The investors. That's where it all funnels from. Top down, bottom top heavy. Top heavy shit. Right? You got consoles coming out. You got collabs coming out. You got announcements coming out. Especially, if you're doing, heavy marketing with Steam sales, Steam partnerships, partnership with this big old company and that franchise over there. Ooh, a lot of time is of the essence. We need to release something now for that new Xbox system. We don't care if the game's not finished. Finish it, Emil. Finish it. But I only got 3 people. I don't give a shit. Finish it now. It is done. But what am I going to do when the game ends? It sucks. Put a new game plus. I don't know. All right. Here we go. Put a new game plus. What happens? Maybe you get up to new game 11 and that's it. Everything else will be DLC. And then that'll fix it. That'll fix things. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right, let's get into the community about it. All right, the community's got something to say. Pretty sure the community's got something to say. I might not know much about Twinkie production, but if I bite into one and it's filled with shit, I'm not going to be grateful for all the people who worked hard to make this Twinkie. Mr. Fluckoff. I love that comment. Oh, God, it's so good. All right, let's skip to do that. All right. I know there's going to be a lot more comedy, but yeah, a lot of people got opinions of the games that they spend their money on. It's not the money, buddy. It's not the money anymore, right? People are willing to lose thousands of dollars in this investment to be entertained. You know why? Because we just went through a fucking piece of shitstorm called what? The pandemic, or as many call it, the plandemic. And as a result, we want to be entertained more than ever before because we're sitting at our home, freaking withering away to oblivion. So, of course, every AAA, as you call it, buddy, every AAA game has got to be top notch, especially when the previous games were done previous to the pandemic. The same amount of time or even less. And it came out to be a lot better with older technology that you didn't have to fucking figure out. They slipped up. Don't want to admit it. Slipped up. I fucking slipped up. Right? Enjoyed the team. Right? A little late. And, Skyrim guy took over, but, we butted heads on some decisions, and, yeah, that's it. Todd Howard had to funnel everything. Yeah, let's blame it on him. That's it. Now, in all fairness, all right, I switched off, and let's switch off the satirical judgment. All right, this is 14 years in game industry talking, folks. All right, so let's switch off of that. All right, let's play the angel's advocate here. Oh, but you don't know. All right. So the angel in the defense of Emil here will speak of the real truths. The real truth is that there were a lot of time restraints, as he mentioned, as he said. He can't quite tell you where they're coming from. And some of them are not going to be mentioned to him. Some of those time restraints and a lot of these decisions put upon them, forcing them to make some creative decisions that you don't like, is not from them. It's not from the lead designer. It's not from the studio design director. No. Is from who? Yeah, investors, right? So if everything is lining up to have a release on said console, whatever fucking console you want, choose them all if you want to, then that means this game's going to be cut short, especially when people already started to leave. No doubt the lead Skyrim designer left because it wasn't going up to par. He had a lot of good ideas and being shot down, and this wasn't the Skyrim that he was hoping it to be in space, right? Nope, no, sir. I get it. You know, we all grow old and we all get tired of doing the same shit over and over eventually. But let's just get outside of Bethesda Studios for a second and go look at, I don't know, id Software, all right? Creators of Quake and Doom. They recently did a live stream on Twitch talking about the good old memories of making Quake, Doom, and all those in between together. They had some harsh times, right? The industry wasn't as big back then. It was a team of like, well, I don't know, 10 or so people in a tiny little office cubicle space. He managed to accomplish revolutionary gameplay. Game fucking play. Gameplay. No cinematics, no graphical prowess bullshit. Gameplay. As I mentioned in the video that I made comparing Magic the Gathering or Magic Arena with, I don't know, everything else in this world. I think it was with, comparing it against Overwatch, right? The gameplay loop. That's what keeps you coming back. Poor devs. I'm still the angel's advocate here, right? Poor devs. Bless their souls. They're put in a shitty ass situation. Sweatshop. In one product, out one product. In 1 year, out in 1 year. That's what they got to do. Write it, ship it. Write it, ship it. Next franchise. Write it, ship it. Right? Starfield is a franchise. Right? Todd Howard said a year and a half ago, this is our new franchise. There's going to be more Starfields. There's going to be more disasters. Buckle up, folks. This ride is only going downhill. I hope you enjoy the downs because there's not a whole lot of ups. Now, Angel's Advocate. Let's see if the DLC saves it. Let's see if all the fucking DLCs for the next couple of years, and I'm talking about 10 years, I don't know. Let's see it save Starfield. Let's see if it saves Starfield. I don't think it will. I really don't. Day one, what you get sucks. It's not worth that amount of money. My opinion. Mod support comes by. Mod support ain't going to help me. The core game itself is lacking a lot of systems. So you're relying on third-party developers to implement things that were never designed, forcing an experience out of this package. It's not a good experience for me, right? Because mods, in my opinion, are there to support and complement what's already there. Not to just redo everything and create a whole new experience from scratch that has nothing to do with the original game, right? The latest Skyrim update. I have lost complete faith and trust in, Bethesda Game Studios. Yeah, you told me. They completely just crashed all the mods, right? And it's because what they're doing is they're installing, I think, a new framework for the new storefront, right? They're trying to convince modders to get paid. Hey, you want to get paid, buddy? You want to get paid? Join the Content Creator Club, the Creation Club. Join it, modder. Then you can sell all of your mods on console. But we're going to F up everything else for everybody else. Everybody who has all of these free mods, screw you guys. Screw you guys. I mean, hopefully they fix that, right? Contemporary. I hope they fix that. But yeah, this isn't great. This isn't great. I don't think this dude took any media training at all. And to be honest, they got like casual, like first grade shit. Like, don't say the F word. Don't curse the company. Don't make us look bad. Simple as that, right? But God damn it. They need to go a step further. They need to go a step further when they do media training Okay, because anytime, especially somebody who has the title of studio design director, he oversees all the design. And he just goes on saying that you don't know what you're talking about, buddy. Unless you develop a game, shut your mouth. That's what he said. Unless you know how to program, shut it. Zip it. You don't know nothing. It's a beautiful game. It should have won, all right, best game of the year at the Game Awards, but it didn't. I don't know why it didn't, okay? I don't know why, all right? God damn it. Email. All right, enough of this guy.